Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, in yesterday's video we showed you how to build this animated button here using a little icon module. And we had a question about the actual section that I built that it's sitting in. They asked us how did we create this section. Really easy to do. We basically blended a gradient with a transparent PNG image and just made some modules the same color. And using backgrounds like this, merging images, gradients, and other things, you can get some fantastic effects. So let's show you how we did this really easy. I'm going to start a new page. We'll give it a name. And I'm going to use the Divi builder. I'm going to build from scratch. It automatically puts in a section for us and prompts us to put in a row. For the section that we used yesterday, I had a larger column on the right and a small column on the left. So let's do that again. I think it was perhaps this one. And in the first column, I'm not going to make it again, but we had the animated icon. Let's just put an icon in there. And we'll make it blue. I'm going to use all the default blues for this today, which is just this blue that comes standard with Divi. I'm going to leave it that size. I'm going to give it a 2-pixel white border, selecting all sides. Take it up to 2 pixels border width. I'll make it white. You won't really see it on that background. But if I add a little bit of box shadow, it'll bring it out. And of course, we have to make that background round, which we can do in the border just up above by giving it 50%. Great. So that's what we had in that column. In this column, I think I just had a call to action without the actual button. Let's put a call to action in there. Now we just said need more information. And then we just took away a bit of this. Obviously, you'd have some real content in there. Then I made the background color of this that same blue. And I just rounded off our edge here. You know how to do that. Over in design and border. So maybe give it 150 pixels. That makes it pretty round. And I might want to spell stuff correctly. It's always a good thing to spell stuff correctly on your sites. It does make you look more professional. Great. Well, there's the basic structure of the site itself. Let's just push that down a little bit so it's more central to this. And we can easily do that with a bit of margin. Try giving it 50 pixels on the top. Over in design, spacing is always where you find margin and padding. Let's give it 50 pixels. Maybe a bit too much. Try 40. Let's compromise. We'll call it 35. Okay. And then to create the actual background effect that we had going on, we went into the section itself. Down to background. Again, background's always under content. First thing we did was added a gradient. Background gradient. Hit the little plus here. Now I want mine to be blue and white. That same default blue. But instead of being vertical like this, I want it to be horizontal like we've got in this one. So I've got the blue on one side and the white on the other side. That way we can merge our little call to action module into the background there. So let's twist it around the way we want it, 180 degrees. Let's put it to 90 degrees. We've now got the blue on the left and the green on the right. I want the blue on the right. So let's go to our right hand stop. Just click on it. We'll turn it that generic blue. And the one this side, we're going to turn it white. Great. I mean, that's kind of like I want, but really I want this white coming up over here and the blue really deep coming to about here. So what we can do is move our stops up and you see it darkens it down. And we've now got that same blue covering that module, making it look like it's sticking out. If we do the same to the white around this side, you can drag it as far across as you want to create whatever effect it is you want. How do we do it over here? That's pretty similar. It was around the writing there, wasn't it? So I think we've actually gone a little bit further with that one right there. We'll back up a little bit with this one right here. And I think looking at that other one, my column was a little bit bigger on this side. So we can change that very easily by going into the row. This little icon here will let you change the column structure. Perhaps it was this one I used. Great. And then finally, we added an image on our background of our section and just had it on the left-hand side. It was a transparent PNG, so it doesn't cover anything other than the image. So let's do that. We'll go back into the section. Again, go into background. This time we're going to go to the third tab, which is image. Like I say, I used a transparent PNG. I think it was this little fella right here. It's got no background to it, just the actual image itself. And you can do that with Photoshop. There's free sites online that you can take backgrounds away from images too, if you don't have any software that can do that. Okay, we popped it in there, but I want it on this left-hand side. So I'm going to roll down. I'm going to change the image size to fit. So it's just fitting within the section itself. I want to move it to the left background image position. I'm going to put it bottom left. So it's right on that bottom left corner right there. Perfect. And that's basically how we created that section. And you can mix and match background images, colors, gradients, background patterns, background masks, and get some amazing things. Once you've got one in place, it's really easy to duplicate it and switch it around. Just hit the two squares to duplicate. I'm going to go into our row. I'm going to switch it around the other way, which will make it look a bit crazy at the beginning, but that's okay. I'm going to drag this module over to the left-hand side. I'm going to drag this module over to the right-hand side. And we'll switch out our gradient. Second tab is our gradient. I want to switch it around the other way, so let's make this one blue. And we'll make this one white. Now what we need to do is go back into our third tab there. Let's lose this little chap. See if we can find somebody facing the other way. There we go. That crazy person's facing the other way. But this time I want them on the bottom right. And you can go through, you can create some beautiful looking sites by messing around with this, putting gradients and images where you want. And of course, you can go on ad infinitum. Just clone this one again. We'll use our layers. Hit the little purple button. There's the layers button. We'll drag that second one down to the bottom. Go in there, we'll just change out that little image. And of course, you'd want to change out your content there. And of course, like I say, you can go on, you can add more things. You can add background patterns if you want to. And you've got all kinds of different patterns here to add. Add a little mesh perhaps. Let's make it a lot smaller by taking the pattern width down to where we want it. Maybe something like that. Yeah, we'll use that blue we've been using. If you wanted to, you could take the opacity down. Just feed it into the background so it's just a hint of it back in there like that. And of course, you can continue on. Add a background mask if you want to. They've got all kind of different masks to add up here. And if you want to bring that fella back, just click on that color. And again, we can just bring the opacity down a bit. We've got a hint of that fella back in there. So there you go. There you have it. That's how I actually built that section for yesterday's video. And like I say, with a little bit of imagination, just a little bit of work, you can get some amazing sections going. Let's just make sure this is going to work on the front end. We'll exit the visual builder. And there we have it. And don't forget, guys, if you've got any questions, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them or make a little demo video just like this one. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.